Chelsea seem to be getting success under Enzo Maresca, but not the same success before their years of troubles. Yeah, before Graham Potter and Pochettino stints, Chelsea weren't that bad under Kante, Mourinho, and a big club like Chelsea, rich with history, has to get back up there competing for Prem titles. And not only that, but the UCL, as Mourinho's back, taking charge of prime Chelsea with their best players. As the aim, of course, is simple. We've got to keep winning trophies with the Blues, winning each possible trophy 3 times over. As yes, people, the Tottenham kit's off back to Chelsea and back to retro teams. Just look at the state of this. Positionally all over the place, but this is an incredible team. The likes of Frank Lampard, Essien, John Terry, all at 19-year-olds. So we do have them in their prime in the reserves, my days. Nicholas Anelka I see in there. It's prime Chelsea. Desailly, oh my days. Petr Cech in goal. Without having the helmet on, you know how truly prime he is. Plus a bit of a budget and unfortunately stuck on dollars. It doesn't really matter because I think in season 1, I want to try and win as many trophies with the current team we have right here. Oh my days and Didier Drogba. But we still could make some signings anyway. And as you saw, Jose Mourinho is back in charge of the Blues. Even looking in his prime with the jet black / grey hair. You know he is ready for business, but we've got to try and get business going and we've got to change his formation because players aren't really playing in it. Got to get one that kind of fits our team and I'm thinking 3 back. Maybe something like that, then we can get Hazard in as a winger. Joe Cole as well, but actually we do have a lot of centre mids at the club, so maybe having cams, that could be the way forward. We must get winning immediately at the club right here as Zola and Gus Poyet. I forgot about this man at the Blues. Hazard and Joe Cole. Now, they are some of my favourite players, but an 87 for Hazard? Kind of a low rating, but still, it's sensational and it gives us time to grow right here as Mourinho is in charge. And this mod is incredible. All thanks goes to Shadowboy32. Link is in the description, so you guys can play with these yourselves. These kind of teams, I mean, because we've got every single team in their prime as Essien and Kante. Now, they do have to change positions to centre mids, and oh my days, that does take a very long time. We could be here forever. 802 weeks for Ngolo. So maybe Frank Lampard stays as a centre mid, but I'm going to put him on cam, and Poyet is a centre mid. Right, we could play Gus alongside maybe John Obi Mikel, which is a weird one. We've got Dennis Wise, Joe Cole, could he be a central player? Or even Hazard, 2 weeks to a cam would be perfect. As let's revise this formation, because I actually have a sweet plan here. We'll actually ditch the wingers. We'll have to go back to a 4 at the back formation. Adding Cole and Ivanovic, but then again, does that make a difference? Ratings do seem lower. It's hard to fit all the prime players in here. One that I definitely know will play actually isn't Marcel Desailly. It's Didier Drogba, because this man, honestly an idol. Him and Frank Lampard I love, but we've got to be wary of the contracts on players. Most of them are expiring. 39 players overall, and I have actually gone and signed each one up. We won't loan anyone out season 1 because I want to see who plays best. Leave the CPU to its job, as I'm going to go tiki-taka. I know we've got Jose Mourinho, but I'm not parking the bus with this team. And I'm going to go into this first season with what we currently have and test it against the best. Can we overcome the likes of Man United? Because every other team is in their prime, not just us. And also, if you want to turn to your prime whilst playing career mode, yes, some of you may have already seen this. I did work with them earlier on in the year, or hang on, it's last year now because we're in 2025. GameSir have gone ahead and sent me another controller, and it's currently not plugged in, but the lights are on because I'm using the other one. This has literally just come out of the box. It feels cold, it feels so new, and it feels very good. We've got the back buttons, if you can even see those. It's also got grip, despite having a cool design that doesn't fade. Its own personal button and non-stick triggers. It is honestly incredible. One of the best I've used. I recommend GameSir. And checking them guys out as we're going to check out our first team. Right, at least keepers sorted. Petr Cech definitely playing. Kante and Essien playing. Lampard's growth has been phenomenal. 93 3. He's gone up 3 in the 90s, which, yeah, is incredible. Hazard, on the other hand, though, hasn't changed his position yet, but unfortunately hasn't been played. And actually making this change with Frank Lampard could mean he doesn't get played more. So instead of changing him to Cam, I'm just going to put him on a normal drill. As a centre mid, won't change him, but Joe Cole has to change. Can't just focus on Hazard, as there he goes to a Cam position. With Hazard also making the move. Okay, 89, he's still higher rated. Just needs to grab that game time, but has he had an impact in his limited? Just because he hasn't started does not mean he hasn't been playing, as Cech is now the highest rated. Desai's been took over twice. Unfortunate for him as our top scorer. Was it anyone else? Drogba with 41. Joe Cole with 25. A lot of assists for him as well. And I tell you what, I thought we'd struggle with United and Arsenal in this league, but it's a first season Premier League title, which is incredible for the Blues. Get that put in the trophy cabinet, as surely we can't top it, or so I thought, but then I looked at this one. We beat the rivals Spurs in an FA Cup finale to mark 2 out of 2 trophies. Absolute spectacular start. Without even making a signing. Bizarre, as that's bizarre. Another London rival beaten as we go ahead and win the Carabao. A treble, get in there, but unfortunately, unless we're coaching Atlanta or Madrid, we'll never win the Super Cup Season 1. Mimics real life, but that is actually a good thing as well, because it means we had the Conference League. We should be winning it despite coming third, as we got Fiorentina smacking them 5-1, easy result in the quarterfinals. Or to get to the quarterfinals where Rapid are beaten 4-1. Zurich, who finished top of the league phase, dispatched. And then we went to the final against a strong team in St. Etienne. But Chelsea come out 2-1 victors, meaning in our first season that is 4 trophies from 4. Excellent for the Blue Boys, which is what we wanted them to be, and we haven't even spent a penny. I don't know why it says 2 billion, but 367 million saved over. Gonna need a lot of luck, though, to keep on going, spending this money and winning 4 trophies, as you guys can help with the luck by subscribing and leaving a like. As honestly, what do? Do we freshen it up? Formationally? Essien and Ngolo, you know they're going to take ages to centre mids. Do we buy a new one? Do we try and change the players in the team with Zola? Could play as a cam despite being a centre forward or a striker. Does give him the out of position look, as I'm going to make Drogba. Well, was going to change him from a false 9, but if Zola plays as a shadow striker, runs around him, we've got some goals. This is a very narrow formation, as I'm not going to stay narrow-minded though. I'm going to go out there and make some signings this year after last year, as guess what? More money. 4 trophies last year gives us over 400 million. And the positions we have to focus on, I know we have 2 players out of position in the midfield, but come on, we've got an 87 rated at either fullback in Ashley Cole and Ivanovic, and we do have some existing players and some good ones in obscure nations like Ernst Aigner in the Austrian league, but come on, I don't think we'll find a better player in that country. But then we look at Ajax over in the Eredivisie in the Dutch league, and here sits one of the best. It is the Brazilian Carlos Alberto. Now we have Ramirez, David Luiz, some Brazilians already at the club. If we could just get another one to join them, yes, it would require a huge fee. I would be pretty certain that we could do better actually winning trophies by more goals, but he's denied actually signing for us. Weird one, as I felt confident, but still I might go back to him to get another Brazilian to go with this Brazilian, as the first one secured and signed is actually Marcelo. Happy with that one, as in the meantime I do want Alberto. Might not sign this season, so Ivanovic, you're up. As now I think I will go to the centre mid. We can put Essien and Kante on the bench. And sorry to Ramirez, but I don't think he has a chance here of playing. But I might actually loan a few players out after making another signing. Don't have to keep any money around for Carlos Alberto. We'll go for him next season, as Mario Coluna is the next in the club. Haven't heard of this guy. If you have, let me know in the comments below what he was like as a player. As I think that completes our team, I'm going to trust Hazard and Zola to play. Well, actually, we can help them play by loaning out some of these players so they don't steal any game time. And look at this, we've got a bunch of them. As I've tried my hardest, and to be fair, we've got the players I wanted most out, including Rudiger, Cahill, Gallas, and Mikel to Spurs. We'll see how they got on in a minute, as I was going to check on us retaining our title, to only find out we lost out to Leeds United. Oh my days, it's actually unbelievable. Liverpool and Aston Villa above us. We are one of the only teams apart from Liverpool that should maybe be there. According to Sky Sports, I must add, as the Community Shield is one, but we know that don't count as a trophy. However, the FA Cup does, and there we got the business done against the Seagulls. FA Cup 1-2-0. So we've grabbed our second one of those. Only one more needed in that trophy. Watch us literally just win the FA Cup and not win the Carabao, just like this season. We lost on penalties to Blackburn. I can't believe it. In the semi-finals. That was ours to win because, as you can see, Liverpool easily beaten. As maybe that's what we need next season. Need to steal from a team like Blackburn or Portsmouth, one of those teams lower down in the leagues but with good players. 8th in the UCL run, and then we easily brush past Napoli. Wouldn't mind winning this trophy. 6-4 against Milan. 2-3-2s as in Juventus, where I believe David Luiz went on loan just before the final, which we hammered Ajax in. So that's another Champions League, but we put European trophies in one category. So only one more of those needed, as this is a team that has been playing or hasn't, because Essien and Zola not on the field. It's actually played Gus Poyet and, oh my days, Joe Cole at a 91. Love that for him, as that's our first page. He's almost one of the highest rated. I saw Courtois went up as well. Goalkeepers, we are absolutely stacked for. As Drogba with 42 goals, that's decent from the players here. And then flicking to the lone players out, our best growth was in William Gallas. 89 rated, love that. He could fit in our defence soon. Him and Desai, the French link up, mwah, that just works out. Also, Ramirez, don't know where I sent him on loan. He could actually play now. And also, John Obi Mikel, 88 rated. He went on loan to Spurs. Sneak them onto the bench, actually ahead of the 91 rated. Or 91 and 90, because them two could do with loan deals. Not changing to centre mids, as you can see. Yep, it's big growth on both of them. Unless we change formation, I just don't see them getting in the squad. In fact, Essien submitting a transfer request. I wanted to get him out on loan first, as I will loan out Ngolo, that's decided. Just not stick him in the reserves. Give him somewhere to play, as what's the money scenario? Oh my days. Shortened, but still, we know exactly what we want. Spent a lot of money last year as well, so that explains the decrease in budget. As Ivanovic, you've been good, but I think it's time you move out of this squad. As Carlos Alberto, you've just been hammered in the UCL final. So if you can't beat them, join them, as please Coman accept that much money. As he does, and 190 million yet again on a player. As so far not paid under 149 million for a single player, and that to me statistically is absolutely mind-blowing. As what else has blown my mind is his formation, in the bad way. I don't think it worked. Come on, we only won a few Poxy trophies. Yes, the UCL, but I've changed this up to go wide with the ball. Hazard and Cole as half-wingers, getting the ball into Didier Drogba, and wing-backs in Alberto and Marcelo. To be fair, I would have liked another Brazilian in the squad. Ramirez just a slight bit off. As to be fair, same could be said for a lot of players on the fringes of the squad, so I'm going to keep on loaning, starting with William Gallas again. And unfortunately, he literally was the only one we could loan out. No one wanted Cudicini, Flo, Richard Carvalho. As to be fair, I kept Carvalho here. I kept a few of them here. I didn't loan these players as much as I usually did, as less goals this season for Drogba. And the reason I didn't loan out is because I want to keep a squad here. We need to win everything. And in prime saves, it's better, you know, to keep the prime players at the club. As you might have just got a glimpse, but Frank Lampard, the best player, and Desai injured, which I think he has been for a long time, because his rating's gone down. And then Carvalho also injured, as maybe Rudiger got played, 88 rated, but still not better than Gallas, who was out on loan at a struggling Man United. As back to where we belong. Where have Leeds fallen off? They won the league last year. Unbelievable how they did it, and to be fair, 9th, the position we couldn't see. Middlesbrough going down. Now they've got a very good OG team, but not good enough, like another 18 clubs, to stop us from winning the title, leaving one more to be won. But we've completed a certain trophy in style, beating Spurs 1-0 in the FA Cup. Big win by the Blues, and get in there, another one. Just keep on going, a clean sheet. We're riding on business. 2-0 over Man United. That is another trophy into our bag. But here's one we need to win. We need to get 3 of these, and at least we've got 1 with another clean sheet. We've gone 1-0, 2-0. Now we have gone 3-0. As that is our first Super Cup. A trophy, yes, we've been leaving behind. As can we win it this year? No. We simply cannot. Or the season upcoming, because we haven't got through in the UCL. 30th is not good enough. And yep, we have definitely not gone through. Who's reached the final when we haven't done it? Oh my days, they're there again. The 9th place in the Premier League. Leeds United in the UCL final. Need to be winning the UCL again as, oh my god. 71 million. Are you actually having a laugh? What's that going to do for this squad? Is it time to change it up? But then again, our players, all over 90 apart from Marcelo and Hazard, making me think if we make this change, go Lampard in that cam position, Ramirez into the team. I'm going to sit him back, let Luna go forward. And yeah, that's how we're looking. Also, we've got to speak on players leaving. We had got Courtois just terminate his contract. Oh no, I'm being dramatic. He just left because he didn't want another one. And also, Michael Essien, you will see here, is no longer with us. Free agent at the moment. It's such a shame we couldn't fit him into our tactics. Same with Courtois, and to be fair, both haven't found a club, so I kind of don't regret it. Shows they did lack that little bit of quality as we lose a few more players this season. I just don't mind releasing those. I'll try and sell one. Paulo Ferreira, if I sign his contract, just give him a new deal right now, and then I've got to go and find him. But I'm going to add him to that transfer list, as this is the season we sell, and a loan deal. Firstly, yes, I did reject Ashley Cole's bid, but I might not with Ngolo Kante. Desperately need some game time, as he's going to be the only loan outgoing. The rest permanent transfers as Osgood. I'm getting rid of the oldies, who haven't been good for us, as Flo out next. He's gone on a large fee to Everton. And same as Ida Johnson going to a rival in Crystal Palace. And many, many more will leave. But for now, I'm just focused on the money. We have currently made 303 million. That's more like it. As positionally in the team, I'm going to give it a chance with the Lampard and Ramirez swap. Going to focus on the bench with a backup goalie and maybe another cam. Or striker, actually, striker. Nicolas Anelka hasn't scored many for us. Drogba doing it alone, as there's the Brazilian Adriano. I was going to say a theme going on here, but they've rejected 200 million. That is actually insane. Maybe he didn't want to be a bench player? So instead, rewriting history, Crespo will be our backup man, and current man Karnasheki will be our backup goalkeeper. Yeah, I almost forgot I could do that, making a signing from a real world team. Or a current signing as this man, currently a manager, Frank Lampard. Changes to a 97 with that switch. Drogba now second 95 rated. As who do I stick in the thumbnail? Frank Lampard or Didier Drogba? Who's the bigger Chelsea legend? Well, you've kind of got to say Lampard in my opinion. But that's a whole different story, as a lot of goals from a lot of players. This man's been very good as well. Mario Luna, when I signed him, I just thought a mini replacement for Essien or Kante. But he's made that position his own, as we've made the title our own. That is back-to-back Premier Leagues, 5 defeats and no draws. Also 99 points is so frustrating of a number to see. But that is another trophy, and again, one we were untouched in. Flew through it as the FA Cup. We no longer have to win, and it seems the team know that because they've put no competition up out in round 6 of that one. But the Carabao, we still focus on beating Aston Villa, but now eyes to the UCL. Only need one more of these, and to be fair, we didn't get beaten or draw. But not only have we got to win the league phase, we've got to win the trophy, then the trophy that comes with it. We are 2 Super Cups down as we beat Anderlecht 5-1, Juventus 4-0. That is an absolutely huge result. Inter, oh my days, they beat us 2-0, but we must have won 4-0. As the team we're going to be facing is not AC Milan. It's the team I need to learn the name of saying, because I might rebuild them one day, as then in the final 4-0, making it all the European trophies. But if you think the story's over, we are far from being. We need 2 Super Cups. That means we have to win the UCL again, and that is only 1 game a season. Premier League not our focus, but this team still has got to be. And to be fair, we've got a beautiful player in each position now. Just about really getting the quality in. Marcelo's 90 rated. I'm actually looking at him to take out because he's the lowest in the squad. Then again on the bench, oh, we're missing a player. I have just released a lot as well, as you can see down here, but Galas and also Lisao. Probably pronounced that wrong, but he's 91 rated and he hasn't been playing. Now goes ahead of Marcelo, joins Terry Desai and Carlos Alberto. Galas still a little bit off, and Ngolo Kante just doesn't switch position, making me think his race is run unless he just trains quickly. As what about money as well? Community Shield, I never counted that trophy at all. 147 million. Now, I'm going to just try and set myself a challenge. I have faith in the team, the tactics. We've just won the Premier League back-to-back. Now I want to go for a really good player, but one that is memorable and will be fun to use, as I'm going to check in England, but the lower leagues, because there is Bolton in their prime, and they've got players like Sam Allardyce, 91 pace, he is rapid, but unfortunately won't make a difference. They have a real-life Byron Gittins in the Championship. Due for good striker, but it's a defender needed. Alexi Lalas, the old legend. Oh my days, that is a decent shout. But no, I'm changing my mind on the focus. We need a right back actually. And Bertie Vogt in the 2nd tier with bloody Middlesbrough. Would be a good signing, but like I said, I wanted someone memorable. As one player just retiring, and he has done it in England before, so I'm going to bring him in. Unfortunately, missed the graphic, but 110 million is enough to bring him to the club, as please winners that Super Cup. That's all we want. Come on, please, please, please. I don't know why I'm putting it on him. He's not even in the first team when we do have Carlos Alberto. And Frank Lampard now 98 rated. Can we get a 99? Only time will tell, because this won't be our last season. As Drogba hits 38, I always get nervous when it's below 40, but then I look and there's 3 other players with 20 plus this season, including both cams, which are English, and I've got to say I'm pretty happy about to have just a few English players in this squad, because I haven't been buying them, and I keep thinking, oh dear, I want to go to Portsmouth, want to go to Bolton. They don't have any class players. We don't need them anyway, because we're flying through the Prem. Very surprised by the tactics still working. I thought teams would have figured us out now, but Man United, our closest, still far off points wise, but the Man United and they'll always make me nervous, as we don't need to put that in the cabinet because we've already got 3. And look at that penalty shootout, 2019. That is like a year, like saying a year. In the Community Shield, as the FA Cup one that counts, but we don't need to count it, is 1. Get in. And then the Carabao, we've won everything apart from that penalty shootout, which was 2019. I believe we lost it. I've already forgot. As then the Super Cup, we should be winning it every time. And just 1 more to go as we beat Villarreal, who won the Europa League. As yes, make it ×2. 1 more of those to go, and then we will have completed the challenge, as we didn't win the league phase of the Champions League. Pretty worrying, but we did get Dynamo Kiev. Then we beat Benfica. That was 1-0. Very low scoring games, as then Napoli. Come on, that is a big win. Again, we lost the second leg, but the first leg just kept us up. And Man United lost the semi-finals to Jose Mourinho's ex-side Porto, as we beat those 4-3 in probably the best ever final. That Jose Mourinho derby didn't disappoint, now did it? That's a tongue twister, as Cole, he is leaving Chelsea Football Club. As long as he doesn't move somewhere and win the Super Cup instead of us, I am pretty fine, as this team is more than fine. JT has been a mainstay, he's lifted a lot of trophies and can play goalkeeper. I like that touch in the mod. Just the simple things that make it better. As Hazard getting better, speaking of it, and then Crespo, Zola's never changed. It's hard to fit a centre forward in, with no position really for it this year, and Navas is the lowest rated, but he is the player we just signed. Don't know what I'm going to do in the market. I've mentioned wanting an English player, someone who is recognisable, but then again, 251 million. That is enough for a huge player if we just seek them out. As I've gone to the recommendation section, I don't do that often, and we've got Tommy Taylor, who was at Man United. Remember him from the save we did? Same with Ian Rush with Liverpool. Shevchenko, that would be a good buy if we didn't have a player there. Salah used to play for us. It could be a return to Chelsea. And Sandor Koskis at Sunderland. What a player he looks. Reminded me of another Hungarian I would love to have on board. Yes, he's a centre forward, but if he can play cam, Fenerik Puskás. Then again, he's at Manchester City. Will he play with Hazard and Joe Cole? No, not for me. I'm going to have to check elsewhere again. It is difficult. How do we take a prime team to the next level? Andres Iniesta. Now, that would be brilliant in the midfield. But then there's other brilliant players. We've got Iniesta. We've got Rivaldo. One running out of contract. As you can see, we could potentially get him cheaper. Would be a good option, but again, Hazard on the bench. As my mind's changed to this, man, we've got Xavi just sacked by Barca. Would he come to us? As actually, I'm just going to put a bid in now. They do want William Gallas now. I'm not willing to actually exchange him. So that's failed. Maybe we go Iniesta. But firstly, something I haven't checked. The team we play in the Super Cup, as it's Feyenoord. Now, do we change our plan? Do we try and steal their best player? Or one of their best players? Because we definitely need to beat these. To complete this rebuild as Willem van Hanegem? Absolutely no idea. But again, we've got to sign him. Playing this strategically as welcome to the club, my friend. Will he play? Well, maybe ahead of Kante? Actually, no. John Obi Mikel, as he's 90 rated himself and played. Someone hasn't been playing. William Gallas hasn't at 92. Shows the strength of the squad. Gus Poyet hasn't played. Both centre-backs been switched round. Not to William Gallas as well. Who got the game time? Carvalho 0 sharpness. Come on. Aspilicueta 93 sharpness. So he is one of those to play. Rudiger 38. Okay. And he's leaving the club to Liverpool. Why is it playing players that won't be here next season? We might not have a next season though. We either win the Super Cup, which we robbed the best player from Feyenoord, our rivals. We've got to compete. I've just said it before. You know the drill. But if we don't, we have to win the Champions League as 47 goals for Drogba and a 99 rated Lampard. That is unreal. But as you can see, you know where we're finishing in the table. Top of the tree. Get in there. We have gone and won the Premier League, but don't need to add it to the cabinets. We also win the Community Shield. Don't win the FA Cup, though. Manchester City over Leicester. Semi-final loss. I mean, that's not really disheartening. However, a round 4 loss in the Carabao, again to our old rivals Blackburn. Liverpool went on to win it, as on my days, I've took the bloody risk of checking the Champions League first, and I'm disappointed with the 13th place finish. Beating Villarreal first. Okay, so we might have a chance. And then we beat Bayern Munich in the round of 16 into the quarters. Beating Inter Milan. Okay, this is looking very kind to us. Oh my days, no. No, though, we lost to United. Everything is on the Super Cup. It's not over yet, but we won't go out with a played semi-final or Champions League final. We played it with Liverpool because it was our final thing, as we do win the Super Cup. At least it is job done. That 5-2 victory means every trophy is ticked off, and this team has done it. I absolutely love it. I really like Chelsea. I won't lie to you, one of my favourite teams, apart from my beloved Grimsby town. They've always been the Prem team. I like them. I like Leeds. And if you guys like these videos, these Prime videos, thank you for watching. Shout out Shadowboy32 and click my hands for more rebuilds.